Why does your dog stare at you like that? You know the look, that deep, fixed gaze that sometimes feels like it lasts forever. The immediate answer that pops into your head is always the simplest. He's hungry, he wants a treat, or he's asking for something. We humans always simplify canine communication down to the basic need, survival. But by reducing that gaze to a mere food request, you are missing out big time. That stare is not about his stomach, it's about what's in your head, your heart, and yeah, your soul. Your dog is literally taking your measure. He's reading your most intimate body language, gauging your intentions, and making crucial decisions about his own well-being and the safety of your bond. That fixed gaze is the thermometer, checking the temperature of your connection. And what you do when you feel uncomfortable under that scrutiny can subtly sabotage the trust he has in you. Stick with me, because what your dog actually sees when he stares at you might change how you see your partnership forever. Number 1. It's not a request, it's an intention test. You think your dog is staring at you to get a reward, but the truth is way more complex. For dogs, staring is instinctively an act of dominance, and in the wrong context, it can be read as a threat. However, when he stares at you up close, he's performing a domesticated version of that behavior, an intention test. He's not challenging you, but instead asking, "What are you going to do next?" The dog is reading the micro-expressions on your face that human science can barely decipher. He's watching your pupils dilate, the tension in your forehead, and the slight tremor in your mouth. All this to decide if you are calm, happy, frustrated, or about to move. If you stare back tensely, he backs off. If you smile and relax, he understands peace. It's a quick, constant check to confirm environmental safety. It's a classic human mistake to quickly look away, as this can be read as evasion or distrust. But here's the most subtle detail most owners don't know, and which becomes dangerous in public settings. Although the fixed gaze at home is trust, in certain situations, it can be a trigger for aggression in other dogs. Later on, we'll reveal the one scenario where this love stare needs to be broken immediately to protect your dog from a confrontation. Number 2. Your dog is reading your hormonal history. Why does your dog's fixed gaze sometimes feel so intense it gives you chills? Because he's not just reading your face, he's reading your chemistry. When you feel stressed or anxious, your body releases cortisol. When you feel happy and connected, it releases oxytocin, the love hormone. Your dog, through a combination of scent and observation of your unconscious movements, like accelerated breathing, can literally smell and see these hormones. His fixed gaze is a biological lie detector. He is checking if what your mouth is saying, "I love you, everything is okay," matches what your body is screaming, anxiety or frustration. If there is a mismatch between your tone of voice and the cortisol in your breath, he locks the stare to try and resolve the dissonance. He doesn't trust the word, he trusts the chemistry. The fixed gaze is the moment his soul is in contact with your body, searching for the biochemical truth about your emotional state. Number 3. The scientific proof that the stare is love. Did you know there's a scientific basis for what we call the love stare between dogs and humans? Studies on the canine-human bond have shown that when a dog and its owner look at each other, both brains release oxytocin. It's the same hormonal mechanism that cements the bond between mother and baby. The stare is not just a passive act of observation, it's an active mechanism for building the relationship. However, this oxytocin circuit is fragile and depends on how you respond. If the fixed gaze is met with tenderness, a gentle smile, and words of comfort, the cycle reinforces itself and the bond deepens. But if the stare is met with impatience, anger, or if you break it too harshly, you're interrupting his hormonal production. Your dog isn't just being cute, he's actively trying to inject oxytocin into your brain and his to ensure the love is reciprocal and the relationship is safe. The fixed gaze is a high-reward emotional investment. Number 4. Why he stares at you while you eat. It's not guilt.
You're eating dinner, and suddenly you feel those fixed eyes on you. Human instinct says he's begging and he feels guilty. Wrong. Most of the time, when the dog stares at you while you eat, he is performing a primitive pack function that has been adapted. In the wild, the strongest, most dominant dog eats first and often protects the perimeter while the group feeds. When he stares at you, he is, first and foremost, confirming your presence. He's checking if the leader, you, is safe and satisfied. Secondly, he is waiting for permission. Not necessarily permission to eat your steak, but permission to relax while you are in a vulnerable state, eating. He's making sure you aren't about to leave, that there is no danger, and that he doesn't need to take over the guard role. Begging for food is a byproduct. The main function is calm vigilance and confirmation of your status quo. He is telling you, I'm here, you're here, and we're safe. Number 5. The soul assessment at the moment of waking up. The fixed gaze is most potent the moment you wake up. You open your eyes and there he is, staring at you. It's not that he just got there, he's been there for minutes waiting. Why this intensity first thing in the morning? Because the post-sleep moment is a state of vulnerability, and it's the first safety check of the day. Your dog is assessing your mood, your health, and your readiness for the day. If you wake up tense, he moves away. If you wake up smiling, he comes forward for cuddles. This is the moment he reads your soul most clearly, because sleep wipes away the social masks. The first impression you give the dog in the morning sets the tone of trust for the next few hours. If you wake up and immediately grab your phone, he registers the distraction. If you look him in the eye and greet him with love, he registers the connection. The morning gaze is the emotional contract he's renewing for another day. Number 6. The fatal mistake. The threat puzzle. Remember the warning we promised? The fixed gaze can be a problem when dealing with strangers or other dogs. While staring at you releases oxytocin, prolonged staring at an unknown dog or a child can be read as a challenge or a threat. It's high-voltage communication. Your dog may not intend to be aggressive, but his fixed gaze on an anxious or reactive dog is like lighting a fuse. So, the rule is simple. The fixed gaze is for you, the safe pack. It is not for the outside world. If you are in a park or on the street and your dog starts staring at another dog, you must intervene immediately by breaking his eye contact with a gentle command or diverting his attention. You need to teach him that intense eye communication is only safe within your circle of trust. Outside that circle, the fixed gaze turns into a threat puzzle that the strange dog is ready to solve with aggression. Number 7. The gaze that sees you but doesn't judge. At the end of the day, why is that fixed gaze so essential for our well-being? Because it offers us something few human relationships can, a look that sees the truth without judgment. Your dog sees you wake up cranky, sees you annoyed, sees you frustrated, and his gaze does not punish you for it. His fixed gaze is unconditional acceptance. He is just trying to understand your chemistry, to adapt and stay safe by your side. When you return that stare with affection, you are confirming to him that despite all the chaos and all the complicated human emotions, your partnership remains the one constant. It's your way of saying, I see you, I accept you, and I love you, no matter what is in your soul. So the next time your dog stares at you, don't look for a food bowl. Look for a truth. That fixed gaze is a soul-to-soul conversation, a security check, a love test, and, above all, the silent proof of the oxytocin pact that keeps you together. Don't look away. Return the affection. If this secret code from your dog means a lot to you and changed how you look at him, take a second to like this video so more owners can stop thinking it's just hunger. Share it with that friend who swears their dog is a perpetual beggar. And, most importantly, subscribe to the channel and comment below. What time of day does your dog's fixed gaze hit you most deeply? Your story might be the next one we translate.